Welcome everybody. Kathy Arbor here, and today is going to be an acrylic painting day. It could turn into a mixed media also, whatever I can dream up. So I haven't done this before. So this is a live, real-time painting. So I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Gorgeous summer day here. It's going to be hot this weekend. So I thought, beach. Where does everyone go when it's muggy and hot? Usually to the beach, at least here in this area of Ontario by the Great Lakes. We head for the beaches. So I've already prepped my page here with some gesso. It's just a file folder, and this could be the inside or the outside. I haven't decided yet. If you were here last week, we did the intuitive painting of this made up flowers. So whatever we could find in the background, and then we whited out the other areas, use some paint markers, whatever you have on hand, use what you got. Piece of napkin, a little bit of stenciling, and you end up with abstract floral. Hey Kim, good to see you. So today we're going to do a nice beach scene. So here in Ontario we have the Great Lakes. So nice blue water, and we're going to put some really colorful beach chairs in front. So you could put as many as you want. I think I might put, depending on how many that will fit on here or how big I want to make them, it'll probably be maybe 5. And it's going to be more impressionistic, so it's not going to be a really fine detailed one. So this is good for all beginners. And these chairs aren't difficult to draw. They're very, very simple. You know, the fabric chairs you used to get, and it had the top and the bottom is basically all that holds you. It's just a piece of material fixed at the top of the frame and then where your knees are. So that's what we're going to be doing. So very, very, very easy. And we'll do them in, well, you can do them in whatever pattern you want. You could even actually use, depending on how big it is, ribbon or napkins, or you can paint them. Use a stencil to put a pattern on them if you want to. All kinds of ways of doing this. Hey Janet, good to see you. So first of all, we want to have kind of a horizon line. So we're going to be concentrating mostly on the chair. So I'm not going to see a whole lot of the sky, but we are going to see quite a bit of the chair, and you'll be sitting low, so you'll be seeing a lot of the water. But we're going to put the water in, but I'm not going to get too crazy with the water, like waves and stuff like this, because I want the concentration to be more on the chairs. So, being that it's going to be very impressionistic, I'm going to be using probably a fan brush, and we're going to paint in the sky first, and we're going to use either an ultramarine blue or a cobalt will do. Cerulean blue is a nice blue. Have an ultramarine. phthalo blue, maybe phthalo blue. Purple, titanium white, want white, want a white, ultramarine blue, like you want a medium blue and a dark blue. So whatever you have on hand is good. And you also need a raw umber, or Van Dyke brown would also work. Some black. Okay, so I'll have some Payne's gray maybe. We'll see. This is cobalt blue. We'll see what colors we can get into here. Okay, so I have this is just dry paint. I just use the tops of takeout containers or coffee lids, that type of thing. So we want quite a bit of white. We'll be mixing clouds and that type of thing. You can do this on a canvas. Let's see, cerulean blue hue. And let's see if this is going to be phthalo blue. Nice dark blue. And maybe a Payne's gray. Or you could go into a dark purple also. We'll only need a little bit of that. All right. So being that I already have a gesso, it's been dried, it's not going to soak into my paper and I'm able to move it a little better. So first of all we'll do, let's put in a little bit of a border. So I'm just going to put some Payne's gray on the tip of my brush. And we're going to probably have maybe up here. And this is going to be the horizon line of where our clouds are going to be. And then I'm going to mix a little bit of this phthalo blue. It's a great color for water or sky. You just have to lighten it a bit. So I'm just going to put some of that on the bottom here. And this is where the water starts. Put some white with it as you go move down. This is very impressionistic, so don't get too caught up because your chairs are what's going to really show. As you get down, you get lighter. Put a little more phthalo in there. want a little bit more dark along the top here. We can add a little bit of Payne's Gray to our mix. Just add it here and there. You'll see different shadows in your water too. So you could add, just quickly brush on little patches here and there. Now with our sky, it's usually lighter on the bottom, and as it goes up it gets darker. So I'm using that lighter blue color. Which was cerulean blue hue with a little bit of white. And you can put a little bit over top of that dark area. So it kind of looks like it's fogged out or miraged out type of thing. So it's not so crisp. A lot of times your horizons are like that. A little bit of water to your brush if it's dragging, your brush is dragging a little bit. As you go up, so very, very simple sky and water. And then we'll add a few accents here and there. Clouds. Let's see if I turn the top light off so you don't glare so much. How's that? Is that better? Let's see. Yeah, and I'll just brighten it up a little bit. Exposure. That's better. All right. So now I can take some of this white, just add a little bit. Just back and forth. It's a fairly smooth day as far as the water. Okay, then we're going to put in a few clouds. Not many though, but a few. And you want a little bit of a stiffer brush when you're doing this. Now, I have to wait for the top part to dry because you don't want to add acrylic paint when your existing layer is partially dry, because what happens is you lift up that layer and it's very difficult to cover it again. So while it's drying, we're going to do the beach part. So this part we want, if you have a buff titanium color, or you could get a raw umber and a little bit of yellow, mix it with white. I believe I have buff. Let's see. Raw umber. I'll have to get some buff. Just hold on. All right. So more of a beigey color, I guess you could say. I think I'll put it on this one here. There for now. So how's everybody doing? Is it cool where you are, or is it hot? It's a beautiful day here, but we are going to get some very muggy weather coming this weekend. So they're calling for 40 Celsius, so that's like 100. Sorry I'm late. Oh, no problem, Lena. Grilled outside for dinner. Oh, yum. All right, so with doing the clouds, you want a fairly stiff brush, more of a bristle type of brush, not too soft, I guess you could say. Where is that? Where did I put it? Let's see, I guess I could use this one. No, actually, that's for the clouds. We're gonna do the sand first, so I'm gonna take some of this white, put it over here, and we're just gonna add some of that buff. And I want a fairly thick coat, and just go across your page, kind of figure 8. You can go into your water a little bit too, because you're not going to really see that a whole lot, and we will fix that after. So I want a kind of patchy looking as far as white and the buff color. Okay, then I want you to take a palette knife while it's still wet and just pat it. So it's stippled looking. You can always add some on your brush or your palette knife. Move it around a little bit. Go in different directions. And then when you get closer to the shore, where the water meets, add a little bit more of that darker buff color. Keep patting it. Just along the edge, because it'd be darker because of the wetness. So add as much texture as you want on it. You could do this with a sponge also if you want to. It just gives it a little bit of an extra textural look to it. Hey, cat. Or Dar. Hey, Kathleen. Okay, so you have the textures. Now you want to dry this really good. Yeah, stay at a beach with me. Oh, it's still cool where you are, Janet. Yeah, that's very unusual for your area. Okay, so now we can put some clouds in. Let's see, where's another? So with these clouds, they can be wispy, they could be big and fluffy, whatever you want. Being that it's fairly calm day, we'll probably just do some nice, actually I guess I could do a mix of fluffy and wispy. Now with clouds, your clouds that are closest to you will be the biggest clouds, and those clouds will be here at the top. As you work to the horizon, your clouds will get smaller and closer together. The ones at the top will be further apart because they're closer to you. So we can put, let's see, we'll put a cloud in here. So what I do is I just take a brush and I start doing swirls. And then keep doing it until your paint is almost out of your brush. And you can go back into that area you just did. And you just keep doing it till you don't have any more, or almost just kind of dry brushed. Okay? So you let that area dry. So you're doing the top of the cloud first. So let's say this one is overlapping it. So make them different shapes too. Don't make them all simple shapes, and maybe they'll sweep out, and then you just dry brush it. Okay, we'll put another big one over here. So just adding some paint. You don't want a real big glob of paint though. Let's see, we'll put one over here. So again, swirling. Keep making your outline at the top of your cloud. Maybe this is a big one. Okay. I'm drying off my paintbrush as much as possible. I don't want it too wet. So with the little guys, they'll be closer to the bottom. So and they'll be a little flatter looking, depending if it's, you know, stormy or whatever. But they're closer together, so keep that in mind. Could be a bank of clouds coming in. And then maybe you want a few just little wisps, and just make sure your brush is dried off more if you want wisps. And you just lightly go over the area and then just wisp it out. This one here, let's put a little more on top here so that the top part of the cloud maybe is multi-layered, so you'll see the white a little more bright in some areas. You'll have shadows also in your clouds. You just have to play with it. Just do a bunch, see what you can get. Like there's no cloud the same, so just play with them. See what you can dream up. Okay? It's very simple, but they look cool. Now, if you wanted more of a threatening looking cloud, the trick with that is on the bottom of these, you add a bit of, just a pinch of blue and umber to your mix. So it's more of a gray color. And when it comes to sunsets, well, that's a whole new video. Now let's get a little bit of sea foam going in here. So the sea foam we'll put it in a little bit of white on our brush, and maybe I'm going to just dab and streak. Sometimes you'll see it just trailing out of your waves back into the water. But because we're more or less concentrating on these chairs more than what this water is going to look like, we're not going to get too detailed in this. So I'm just going to roughly put in a little bit of an edge here. Didn't want that color. You can take some of a wet brush and glaze over it too with a little bit of this buff into the water. So it just gives it a little lighter look. Not so dark. So just a bit of a glaze. Into that water. Any questions? You could add a little bit of that. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. A little bit of blue to that. You would get kind of a grayish green color. That's also good for the edge of the water, where it's darker because of the water. So you could also, you know, just glaze in the very edge with that too. Or it would be darker. Alright, okay. So let's dry this and then we're going to draw in our chairs. Alright, so I'm going to take, let's see, probably a pastel pencil, or a watercolor pencil will do too. And how big do we want these? I think I want, let's see, I'm gonna have probably 5 chairs. So let's put the first one here. So this will be the top of the first one. And then the second one will be here. Third, probably here. This one will have one here, and the other one right here, I guess. So let's start off with the first one. So this one, so I would be looking at this in a way, as far as perspective. Hey Dorothy! So I'm looking at it from the center of this page. So this one would be straight on. So your chair, you wouldn't see necessarily the let's see. the sides of it. I think I'm going to make this a little wider. Okay, so should I make them bigger? I think I might make them bigger. Yeah. Okay, so that's the nice thing about using and make it bigger. Dry that, make sure it's dry again. I'm going to make them bigger, so maybe 3 instead. So let's see, yeah, like that, and then they would come right down straight like so. And then there'd be a rail across here where the fabric folds onto it, and there'd be another piece here. And this one would be about there. That. This one actually comes across here. Right there. That one stays on there. And this comes to about here. Like that. This comes down like that. That goes up to here. That comes down there. So this is our chair. Okay, so it's going to be fairly simple to paint. So I'm just going to get a round brush now, and I want some raw umber. This is black. And some more white. And what else? Some more of that. Buff color. So I'm just going to put in kind of a middle color of raw umber and buff. And I'm just going to paint this in of our wooden part of the chairs. It's going to be a little bit two-toned if you want. It actually looks better if you do that, because then it looks more like wood. Okay, that one can be lighter. This one can be lighter. And that, so I'm just making the chair pieces, the wood part. And this goes over top of that area. And this one, stops there. And this will be a little darker. Get some white in there. And this here. It's best to get a reference photo if you can find one. I'm not sure what these chairs are called, but okay, and we'll let that dry. And then the next one, let's see. Actually goes and then that probably about here goes down. This one's going to be on an angle. This one's a little bit trickier. that one. It's too much a sharp curve there. Like that. And do I have that on a curve too much? I wonder. Actually, this out here through to there, and then this like that. I think I need this to be different. So that needs to be there. Okay, I really have to concentrate on this part. I'm looking at my negative space here. Let's see, this one here, that goes there, and that one goes across here to like there, and that goes like that. That ends up like that. And then there's a stick there. This here has to come down. Oh, wrong way. Actually, from there goes like that. And that goes across, yes. This one's wrong. This one is on here to the front, and then this one goes on to here, like so. That, I got this wrong. Okay, this angle's wrong. This has to come down, and then that comes across, and then this goes like that. So then let's see, this I think goes up like that. So this has to be over more. So this comes down like that. That has to come like that. This seems off. Can't figure it out. Just go like that. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. It was throwing me for a loop there. That goes like that. All right. Let's put that in now. See what we can get. So these would be darker side because they're shadowed. This here, darker on the top, or on one side because it's shadowed. And darker on this one. I might have this wrong, I'm not sure, but I might just put 2 in. It's like a bit of an optical illusion. It's a good test, Kim, to do them in the folders. Same thing as, say, doing your practice piece before you do a canvas. You never just go straight to your canvas. You always work on a test first. That way, if you run into difficulties, you know what they are, and then you can work with them, not having to worry that you're gonna wreck your canvas. So I like doing numerous paintings of one subject just to get things right, because it's something I haven't painted before. It's a good practice to get into. Okay, I'm thinking that probably. I think I have it right. I think I need another one across here though. The front of the thing has two. Yeah. This has to be darker, I think, on here. Just to distinguish between the two. Same with this. Okay. And all right, so with a bigger brush, where did I put that? Yeah. So I have a nice big wide shading brush here. So now we can do our colors. So maybe I want a green, really green. Let's do green. It's a nice leaf green, maybe. Avocado green with some gold, maybe. Let's see. Or yellow and white. Actually, I could just use yellow with my blue since I have a bunch of blue out here already. Maybe we'll use it, and then I can use up this paint. It's a little bit of yellow and some of this blue here. Make a nice green. And then we're going to paint so I want streaks because it gives it kind of a material look to it when it's streaky. Okay, so we'll let that dry and then we'll put the other quiz night tonight. Not yet though. Awesome, Dorothy. Don't know about Lake Ontario, but Lake Superior is freezing cold year round. Yeah, Lake Superior, well, they don't get the ice off of it till like the end of June. Lake Huron can be pretty cold. Usually you have to wait till mid-June. It's still cold, but you're never going to get like, you know, 75 or 80 degree temperatures. Let's see, what other color? green and blue maybe, or red or purple. Maybe an orangey purple. So let's do a red. Nice red. A little bit of yellow. You hear the pup upstairs. And we'll put some of this nice red and some yellow, mix it in. And this time we'll I'm going to take my other brush to do the inside here. So I'll just put a few lines in there. It'll be lighter because probably it's worn, sun bleached, whatever. We want a little bit of a difference in the color too. The bottom might be a little bit darker because just the shading. Put it a little bit there. Our ocean East Coast gets so warm by August, it's like bath water. Wow. Nope, it's always a brisk dip in the lake. Well, they're fairly deep too, that's why. Okay, so let's put some streaking. So I want a little bit of a smaller brush. I guess I could use this one too. Just a bit of streaking in maybe a different color. So maybe a little bit of white with that green, or yellow maybe. Let's try yellow, some white. So we can just different widths even do. Maybe a little bit of orange, a reddish color. And then the bottom, I'm going to take my bigger brush, and with that Payne's Gray, I'm going to make some marks splaying up. So almost a glaze. Just flick. All right. Like that. And then with this guy, we can put a little bit of yellow and maybe blue in there. A little bit with white. Some lines in. We just have to make sure we follow and don't forget this part here. And maybe let's do some darker, so a little umber with that red, and it'll get it nice and dark, almost a purpley color. Let's put some of that on. Let's see, put one down the center. there. And let's throw a smidgen of blue in. Why not? Some of that off. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing, but this with the underneath, make it darker with that Payne's Gray. All right, maybe, let's see, just on the very top here, I'm going to make it just a little bit darker. And let's try it. I've been playing with the weeds on the jet. Oh, awesome cut. Kathleen, you love it. Are you addicted? Alright, now I can take a smaller brush and do a little more details. So more of the shadowed areas on the, actually I could use Payne's Gray also with that. Let's see, I'll try it, see what it looks like. Might not work, but we can try. This is where you try. So on the bottom here would be definitely much darker. I think I like the Payne's Gray, or not Payne's Gray, the umber for this. That could be. Because we'd have the shadow cast also from the sun on these things. Maybe they've been painted a few times. Who knows? Okay, this can be dark. think I goofed on one part. Right there. Needs to be lighter. A little bit lighter here. And this here can be lighter. There. That can be lighter. And there's a oh, excuse me. What did I do here? There's something going on here. It's not quite right. There's some mess. That could be lighter. And then that can be darker. That, I think. There, that's better. Okay. So this side needs to be darker. And here. Let's see. That there, and then there's a shadow on just one side. Of this. Oh, Chloe. And then like that. Sorry guys, I'm concentrating on these shadows to get them right. Then that goes there, and then this goes like that, I think. And then one more little bit of highlight. So, the highlight is on this side. Like that, and then dark. And then this is highlighted. that. And then this needs to be highlighted. This is highlighted. I think I got it. A little patch up here, just on the top of this wood, there, and right here. And on the top of this. And this one has to be highlighted here. Down to here. It's all about the highlights and the shadows when it comes to these chairs. Dark, dark. This one. A little bit in there. And here. Right in here. I have it all. Maybe just a smidgen in here. The top here. And just a little bit more shadow. Just in here. See, really dark right in here. In here. And just a smidgen on the top. This one and the bottom. There. And right in here. Like that. And right in here. And there, I think it needs a bit. All right. I think that's good. Now, I'm going to put some of this raw umber for shadowing too, so right in, probably in this area here. Actually, this should go down more, I think. This doesn't look right. I think it needs to go down further. But I'll leave it. Maybe he's stuck in the stand. But if I have lots of water on my brush, it's a small brush, so it's more of a glaze than anything else, but dab a few areas. Be a little bit of a shadow in here. Alright, and then I think I'm going to take a toothbrush, an old toothbrush. Where did I put that? There it is. And I'm going to do some splatters with that raw umber color. Mix it up. more on the bottom area than the up here. Thanks, Dot. Okay, so you can dab to make them less prominent. Okay. Now what we can do is add either another chair here, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put maybe some water coming, like a wave or something. A little more. Where's that other brush? There it is. White. So I'm going to put it this way, because what I'm going to do is kind of do the same thing that I did with the clouds. So you'll usually see, I'm going to mix a little bit of that. I don't want it white. So you can usually see a foam. In the leftovers, I guess you could say. And then I'm going to take a bristle brush maybe. Let's see. Here's my, and let's do some sparkles in the water, just a bit. I don't know. Any you don't like, you can just take your, you don't want too many on the back there, so we'll take those out. This is too close together. Let's see, a real small brush. Just a few, not a lot. shadow. Foam has a shadow. That's right, Kim, she does. And you know it's Chloe. She's such a talkative little thing. Let's see. Maybe I can use paint marker. There's a white Costco one. Better. Now I can put some sparkles in the water. So just every once in a while you'll see this little sparkle in the water. Don't do too many. Few highlights and some of the waves coming in. I know, Chloe. I know. Alright, I think that's it for now. So there's my cozy. I think I might actually fix that there. Doesn't look quite right to me. A little bit of white. Almost, Chloe, almost. There. I might end up putting something else in here, maybe some, I don't know, seagulls or something like that. But yeah. If you can find a picture like this, like a chair, I would suggest, if you're not wanting to draw it, I would suggest get some tracing paper and trace the way the things go, because it is a confusing thing to draw. Chairs are probably one of the most confusing things, especially for someone just beginning to draw. So, yeah, just, and then put it onto your paper. Oh, that poor dog is starving and we're just sitting here. Yeah, I'm a bad owner. I'm a bad mama. Not. She is spoiled rotten. Thanks, Kathleen. A Corona bottle. There you go. Yeah. Or a bucket. How about a bucket of it? Cooler. We need that. All right, so I'll let you guys go. I hope you give it a try. Just go on Google or Pinterest and look for cloth beach chairs or old beach chairs, that type of thing. I'm not sure what the specific name is for these, but yeah, give it a try. It's fun. Put your idea what should be in there. Maybe you'll want a sandcastle would be cool too. There's all kinds of things you can add to it. You could add birds. I could have a seagull sitting on here, or, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I hope you'll give it a try, and we'll see you on Tuesday. And have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Get your sketchbooks out and do some creative sketching. So have a fantastic day, and we'll see you later. Bye for now.